Thank you for stopping by. We truly appreciate your time and support. Whether you're here for the first time or coming back, it means a lot to have you with us on this journey. There's always something new to discover. Now let's go and get to where we want to get to.
For me, there were lots of moments, things I didn't recognize until later that should have been the moment. Here's the first one that should have been the moment now that I've been through all of this. We'd been married for about a year and a couple months. I was finishing up my degree to become a teacher. He was not going to school and he was not working. Should have been my first sign. And that we had just found out, I'd taken a pregnancy test, that I was newly pregnant. We were excited, didn't know what was happening, like all the feelings. Well, 2 days later, I started bleeding and what ended up being a miscarriage. I ended up staying home from school that day. Just a lot of emotions. I remember crying a lot and not feeling great and bleeding a lot. And I remember not having the supplies I needed to handle a miscarriage. And I had asked my then husband if he would go to the store for me and go buy me some pads. And he looked at me and he was like, I can't do that. That makes me very uncomfortable. And I was like, what? We are adults. I'm your wife. I just had a miscarriage and I'm asking for some help. Please? And he said no again. And he made a reference to a time back in high school when he promised himself and some friends that he would never be that guy to buy those things. And in that moment, I remember being like, But it was a flash, right? I went and I put a hat on. I put a jacket on and I left without saying anything to him. Eyes swollen from crying, not feeling great, to go buy the supplies I'd asked him for help with. That was the moment that should have been the moment. But I lasted 11 more years, 4 kids.
How would you know? How would you know that this man would end up being the quality of man that most women end up looking for? The kind, giving, enthusiastic demeanor, hard worker, never said no to you, remember your birthdays, and celebrated all the holidays? Or did he fall into the wrong logical spectrum and didn't know it? It would seem possible to spend some time with him and also don't know it. Maybe a month, maybe a year. I suppose it's possible to spend 11 years with that man. But somewhere around that line, you pulled the plug and said goodbye. It's a good thing that you are no longer in that position. There are many reasons why, but you deserve to experience something else. You have what's known as free will, the necessity for something, and never put yourself in that doubt. Carry yourself proudly. You've done a good task. You waited it out for 11 years to pass. Now it's your turn, so carry yourself proudly.
Number 1, you are not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. You feel differently about this time in your life, and that is okay. Number 2, you don't need to hate him to want something different for yourself. In fact, you can very much still care for him, and that is a good thing. But don't let it confuse you with the fact that your heart is telling you that this relationship is not meant to go the distance. Number 3, your fear is not a sign that you need to stay. Fear is going to be your companion through this process if you choose to go down this road. Do not confuse fear with the knowing that is in your heart. Number 4, please hear me on this. You are allowed to want more for yourself. More peace, more joy, more authenticity of who you truly are in this season of your life. You are allowed to want more. Number 5, you are not alone. You are not alone. Don't carry the burden of this by yourself.
Luckily, there are women like this out there. Sometimes, though, they carry the wrong message. They'll tell you one thing, but you deserve to hear another. But it goes without saying because their goal is always the same. When you have a book or a guide with several solutions, you tend to escape into what those solutions are, and you fail to learn the process. So what you end up doing is you have it, read it, and no fault of its own, you forget about it. You have nothing but time. Nothing but time to rehash all the incidents that occurred while you spent precious moments in your relationship always wondering how you could have changed it. Someone saying to you that they have a key or a guide that has the 5 or maybe 10 elements to the truth. But the reality is that none of that stuff matters. It's going to come and it's going to go because you at the end of the day have nothing but time. You'll remember everything that you lived, all the small incidents they're going to pass right next to you, and all you're going to do is remember them because when it stops hurting, your time will come. The most important parts are those that are not fractured by the marital incident. They seem to always follow you, but your body knows that those parts won't hurt you. They'll simply show up and they'll simply go away. Just remember, you will have plenty of time until you don't.
You have to let them go. I understand that the hardest thing is to grieve somebody that's still here. I understand. And the hardest thing to face is to know that somebody doesn't love you back. But you can't fix them, you can't change them, you can't make them love you, you can't make them do anything they don't want to. It's okay for you to start over. It's okay for you to be happy, and it's okay for them to be happy. And if they come back at a later time and they're better and you're better together, then it was meant to be that way. But you have to let them go. Never beg somebody to be in your life. When they want to, they will. If they need to change or you need to change, both of you will change together. But you have to let them go. And that's okay.
Perfectly said. It was short, direct, and to the point. No more, no less. We can always add to the foundation of the problem, but in this case, not necessary. Thank you for your valuable time today. It is our choice that we spend this time together. While you may or may not see some of these videos for what they are, always remember these are only 2 choices that are given to us to make our best decision. We don't know whether they're winners or losers. No one does. It is simply an abstract thought trying to make you think. Thanks again.